All right, so in this video, we are going to cover the new Manage Users page. Now, just a word of warning, I'm going to go over a lot of stuff here. So just please be sure to know that we can actually schedule some time one-on-one to go over this when we actually release this page. So no worries about that. So let me quickly just log out of this account and into a better account here. So yeah, just the first thing about Manage Users now is that we've allowed multi-sport access. Keep in mind this is multi-sport, not multi-calendar. Athletes still belong to only one calendar. And we actually changed the name of sport to groups. So groups is actually what we call them now. So first things first, let's just talk about what we can do. Well, we can actually check off athletes and do mass editing. So if we want to mass change someone's grouping, we can. If we want to mass change their calendars, we can. So this is a really big deal, for people who used to have to do this individually. And you can mass delete as well. So this is all really nice. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to groups, again, group is sport. So here I have test group. But just to give you a good example, let's call this football, all right? And then when we create a group, we can say that we want to enable messaging and team feed, which for football we would, all right? Leaderboard for football, yes, we would. And then reporting, yes, we probably would do that as well. And then we'll give you a list of everyone who's assigned. And if you want to unassign someone for any reason, you just click their name and it will unassign them. And if you want to assign them back, then you put them back in. All right, so let's go ahead and save those changes. So that's football. Now let's go ahead and do something else. Let's go ahead and create a new group. And then let's say that we're going to use this group in the form of a tag. So it's not necessarily going to create messaging or a leaderboard. All we want to do is create a tag to keep a group on this, to keep an eye on this group. So let's just say freshman football. And we only want freshman football to do reporting. We don't want a leaderboard or messaging or team feed separate for them. So I'm just going to click on reporting. Let's assume this is correct, and then let's save that. So now that we've saved it, now we have a group called freshman football, and then they have their own settings. So this is a thing to keep in mind. Groupings can be a legit sport team type of group, or you can use a group as just a tag if you want to tag them for one reason or another. So that's something to keep in mind. Easy join code is the same way that it always used to be, so nothing to worry about there. When it comes to uploading users, you can upload users here just like before, just a different type of dialog panel, I guess, and then you can actually export data. So if we go back to that athlete view, if we just check everyone off and hit export, we can export everyone out. So let's go ahead and export this, and then it will give us an option to do an Excel spreadsheet, XLS, or a CSV, which is nice. All right, so that being said, now we're going to come up on one of the more complicated features in the new Manage Users page, and that's what we call calendar timing. So calendar timing means that I can go to an individual, and I can actually set a calendar to end and then start another one. So if I want to say that this person, well, let me try someone else. Let me go back. And let's say that we have someone, Scott Damon, in football. And we want Scott to stop playing football at a certain point. And then we're going to have him start on a new calendar at another point. Well, we can do that by just clicking Change Calendar. And let's say that after that, he's going to get into baseball. So we click baseball, and we hit a start date. And then make sure that the start date has to come after the end date. So in this case, we would choose April 1st for that to work. And basically, you can leave the end date open-ended, or you could choose an indefinite end date if you want. But just keep in mind, if you have an indefinite end date, you cannot you cannot schedule a calendar to be changed. So if you have a calendar that should end for the athlete to join another calendar, you want to have an end date. Otherwise, you can leave it open-ended. But this automatic calendar switching will prevent the issue previously of having athletes, try to get coaches to switch them on Team Builder and coaches having to have questions about permissions and access to certain players. This is kind of like handing off an athlete to another coach in Team Builder. So that's kind of the last thing. And then, of course, we can change passwords for athletes a little bit easier here on their profile. So this is new managed users. Again, it's a lot to take in. So if you want to cover this one-on-one, just give me a call, tweet at us, or schedule a time, and we can walk through it together.